Hi, community. How are you doing? I had just two bloopers just now in the span of 10 minutes. It's been crazy. This Christmas table or season's greetings table is just, it's a lot of stuff on it. So I got to figure out how to set it up, but we'll figure that out together. How's everybody doing? How's your day going so far? Okay. My day is really good. My day is really good. So, like I told you, I'm coming up with a schedule on when I post things. And for now, I'm just going to put in the community tab, the community board when I start to, when I upload something. It's just easier that way for me. But I'm going to have a schedule. I'm going to try to have one by next week. Okay. So this is Vlogmas. Happy Vlogmas. And, like I said, I have a few more videos coming out. I've just been under the weather, like I told you. I think half of America is under the weather too. Um, and then I'm doing a Dollar Tree haul again, or shop with me. I'm not sure what I call it right now. And we're gonna evaluate some of the products they have over there. So we'll see about that. I have a craft video coming up, how to do like just in time for Christmas, some little crafts in case you really don't want to spend a whole lot of money and you want to give something that's going to be from the heart. I'm going to make one and show you basically what it looks like, and you can see if you want to do it, add your own touch to it, whatever you want to do. Okay. All right. So that is it. All right. So let's get into the reading. Hopefully everyone's blessed and abundant. Okay. Thank you, Divine, for this beautiful day. Thank you for this beautiful energy you have given. And thank you for all the abundance, love, and appreciation the community has and I have for them. All right, let's get into this reading. Let's see, what does the community, or what skill, or what does the community need to know? What does the community need to know? What attribute, what characteristic should we be working on? Okay, a deeper union with you, eternity. We had this card before, okay? So basically, this card is telling you you need to have a deeper relationship with the divine, okay? You need to have a deeper relationship with the divine. And having this relationship, it's an understanding. It's an understanding that you need. You're seeking an understanding, and you're seeking to know how you kind of fit in with things. So that's what you probably would need to do. I'm seeing a lot more meditating, a lot more praying, a lot more lessons, right? The Hierophant flew out, right? Lessons, the Hierophant. You're learning a lesson here. You're learning a lesson about something, okay? All right, so I just see a lot more at one with yourself, right? Because in order to be closer to divine, you have to be at one with yourself, okay? King of Staff, all right? So with King of Staff, you are in your masculine energy again, and you are looking towards the future to make a decision, right? Or you've had it, there is a decision that you've made, put it that way. Okay, so there was a lesson that you learned, right? And there's something, it was taught to you through someone. Okay, it was taught to you because there's two people. It was taught to you through someone. The person that you learned the lesson from is nothing like you. Okay, is nothing like you at all. This is probably, I'm picking up, it's a best friend. Okay, it's a best friend, good friend. Look at that, flew right on out. It's a best friend, good friend. Okay, and here Knight of Staffs. Yeah. You are, because we had King of Staffs, and I was about to say King again. Knight of Staffs, you just made the decision to move on. So you had a decision that you were making. There was a lesson learned. You had a decision you made. There was really only one decision in front of you to make. That was it. You made it, and then you decided to take that decision right there in your hand and move on with it. Okay, do something better with it. But you've learned a lesson. And if you look at all the cards, I'll show you in a minute. They all have one staff in them, right? They all have one staff. So whatever that decision, whatever lesson you learned, you carried that into your decision-making process, and you carried that into your leaving process, right? So it's all one, it's a staff. So it's the same information. Okay, you learned your lesson. Okay, you learned your lesson, and you didn't have to. My goodness, they keep flying out my hand. And you didn't have to keep learning it, right? You learned it once. Okay, very obedient. King of Coins. Now you're the King of Coins, right? Now you're on Easy Street. You have what you need, and look what's in your hand. The lesson is in your hand again. The staff. The lesson is in your hand. So this is an older. This is an older masculine. Yeah, this is an older masculine because the journey you're on is really the journey of self. Okay, which makes sense because you're looking to become deeper with divine. So you're on a journey, but but you are also with Two of Coins here. You're reflective, and you're looking to make the most of what you've learned. Okay? So, even though this is an older masculine, it's like almost like if I look at the whole cards, all the cards together, the story, it's the journey of maturity, right? It's the mature male, how you became the mature male. Okay? My goodness, what is wrong with these cards? All right, those can stay on the floor. I mean, they just all keep falling out. All right, may I please have a situation from the energies here? Something, what was the overall problem? Like there was a lesson, it was learned from a best friend, from someone that they know, the community knows. This again is a male reading. And I'm seeing the lesson that's learned here has set them on Easy Street, right? But there's still some type of looking back going on. Not so much regret, just looking back. Looking back, making sure you don't repeat this energy again, okay? Can I have some energy, please, on that? What does the community... This is just trying to fall out. Okay, Knight of Swords in the upside down, okay? So, the problem was you didn't see the battle that was in front of you. You didn't see it. You learned a lesson because you were blinded to a battle. You were blinded. Let me get some oracle on this. You were blinded to a battle. Okay. There could be some kind of betrayal. I don't see the betrayal here. But if you're blinded to a battle, that means you did not believe, whoever you learned this lesson from, you didn't believe that they could teach you a lesson, right? That's why I'm not seeing betrayal out here. I don't even know if it is betrayal. It just seems like you learned a lesson, but you didn't see the battle. You didn't see it at all. That was the problem. Whoever this person was had your absolute trust. They had your trust, and you did not see the battle. But you learned the lesson, and believe it or not, so did they. Both of you learned. Remember in the beginning I said you learned a lesson from someone. There's two people here. So you learned a lesson, and this person learned a lesson. This is not a love reading. This is I learned a lesson from my best friend, basically. Okay? All right. So can I have some energy, please, on this Hierophant? Can you tell me what the overall energy, what the lesson was? The energy from the lesson of the Hierophant? What was it? What was the energy from the Hierophant, that lesson? Okay. That was kind of loud. I'm sorry. The lesson was rejection. Okay. So the Hierophant, the lesson you and this person learned was rejection. Okay. There was some rejection that happened. And then bottom of the deck is isolation. There was rejection. And from the rejection, look at that. You got anxiety. Okay. But I'm feeling you had to learn this lesson from this person. You had to. You had to learn. Look what's on the bottom. Trust. You had to learn this lesson from this person. They were the only ones that could teach this rejection to you. They were the only ones that could. You wouldn't have learned this from anyone else. You wouldn't have learned this rejection from anybody else. Okay. Let me get some more energy on why you're leaving. So you learned a lesson. You had to make a decision. You only had one decision to make because you had your mind made up. You didn't see the battle coming. You might have held this person in higher regards than you held yourself. That's what I think this is. That's why you didn't see the battle coming. See, it's the battle, but you didn't see it because you held this person in a higher level than you held yourself. So you, bottom of the deck is pain. So you did not value you. This person had to teach you about your self-worth. And this is like your best friend, okay? They had to give you rejection somehow. They had to give you rejection. Rejection can be in, you made plans to go on a trip and then they told you no at the last minute. Or they didn't even tell you no. They just let you go and they didn't go with you. Whatever this rejection was that they taught you, it gave you anxiety, but that taught you how to stand next to yourself, I'm hearing. This is remember I said this is the journey of a mature man? That's what this is. Your best friend taught you how to mature. That's what your lesson was. And you didn't even see this coming. Okay? Knight of Staff energy. Give me some energy on that, please. Why are you leaving? Why is the masculine in this reading leaving? And don't worry, Divine Feminines. I'm going to do another reading right behind it. Hopefully it will come out, okay? Okay. You're leaving because you're in isolation. You're putting yourself in isolation from this rejection, this lesson that you learned. I'm feeling like you might be embarrassed somehow. Why are you embarrassed? Look what came back to us. Pain. You're in isolation because you're also in pain. You're also in pain. Okay. All right. That's what it is. You're in pain. Something has happened, and when it happened, it puts you in pain, right? It puts you in pain. So you just isolated, and that's always, everyone does what they need to do, but you did not see this coming, and I'm thinking that's what's going on here. You didn't see this coming. So the embarrassment, the isolation, the leaving, the pain is because you did not see this rejection coming. You didn't expect the rejection from this person. No one could have told you this person would have did it to you. But you're King of Coins now. So this happened a while ago. This is not something that happened recently. This didn't happen recently. This is something that happened in your past. Okay? This is something that happened in your past. So why is it still on your mind? Hold on. Can I have some energy on the King of Coins? Because you're the King of Coins right now. So you're older. This already happened. Why is it on your mind? Yeah. Page of Staff. All these staffs out here. In the reverse, right? This is when you were a less mature male. This is when you were less mature. I'm wondering, I'm starting to feel intuitively that you want to reunite with this person. Because you have some Ace of Staff, right? More staffs out here, right? That's the truth, right? Ace of Staff. But it's not on here because floor for feet. Oh, too much. Yeah, I'm getting intuitively that you wanna talk to this person. This happened a while ago. This is not a young energy. This happened a while ago to you, but you want to reunite. Why? 6 of Coins in the reverse. So 6 of Coins in the reverse. 6 of Coins. What do you want? What do you want? Why do you want to reunite? What's going on? What's going on? Um, I'm getting that you wanna. It's like I don't want to say you blame this person. You're the king of coins, so it's not that your life is not good. So what are you blaming them for? I'm wondering if you're blaming them you um because you don't have, like, you have the money, you have the finances. I'm getting that you don't have a social life, like, because this rejection was so hard that you buried yourself. You went away. Remember, you went away, and when you went away with your decision, you became the king of coins. But you still were isolating and in pain when you did it. So you really haven't enjoyed life abundantly, right? So you want to reconnect with this person. I hope you're not trying to reconnect with them to tell them to see how they're doing in life. Like, let's not do that, you know? Um, hmm. Kind of like gloating energy. But you're not happy. You're not happy. So I don't know what you're gloating. I mean, are you showing off your finances? It might be that. I don't know. Let me get some energy on this King of Staff, please. I don't know. This reading just took a little bit of a dark turn. Okay, let's see. King of Staff. Huh. The Sun. Yeah, that's it. The Sun. You're happy. You want to show that no matter what this person did to you, the rejection that they did to you that gave you anxiety, you turned it into happiness. Okay. Kind of gloating. A little bit gloating energy. Right? A little bit of gloating energy there. So you want to go back to them to show them the man that you are, how their rejection gave you anxiety, but you use that to move forward. And if you do that in that energy, I have to warn you, conflict will be there. You're going to meet conflict. Because I'm getting this person has moved on. They have moved on and they have a different take on things. You know, they have a different idea about things. And I think if you go back to them, you're going back with energy from the past, right? Because this is not something that happened recently. You're going back kind of like with the energy of, haha, you know, you still tried to, you know, you tried to hurt me. You tried to take my business idea. You weren't there for me. You weren't a friend. Look, I'm doing better than you, and whatever. You're going to go to them with that energy, and they're not in that space anymore, right? Because this happened a while ago. So they're not in that space anymore. They've moved on. Okay? You do have papers here that need to be signed. You're being warned to be careful, but they're not in that energy. Are you going back for business reasons? Like, did you have to buy them out? I'm not getting that. I'm getting that you're going back to show them that they didn't phase you. You're still successful. That's what I'm getting. But this person is not really, I'm going to try to pick their energy up. They're not really caring about it, to be honest with you. They've moved on. Like, if you go back to them, they're going to be happy to see you. Oh, that's why they moved on. Page of Swords, they've been watching you. Yeah. Yeah. So they already know what you've been doing. They already know that you're a success. They've been watching you. Okay, they've been watching you. And they also know that you're coming to them about a document or some kind of something for them to sign. Okay, they're on guard. Five of Swords in the reverse. Okay, they're on guard for it. They know that you're coming back to them. Okay, they're watching you. So it's not going to be a surprise when you show up. You want it to be. You really do want it to be, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be a surprise because they already have seen you. They could be watching your Instagram. They could be watching your anything you have, but they're watching you. and they know that you're coming back, and they know that you're coming back, but they also know that they're not happy about it. There's some shame here. Okay. They could be shamed of themselves, but they are watching you. So they know you're coming. Okay. I mean, I see, honestly, intuitively, what I'm pulling from this. I see a masculine who has made it, right? I see a masculine who has um taken a very difficult time in his life, learned a lesson, turned the lesson into wealth, right? And now you're successful. That sometimes, especially this person's watching you, that sometimes, I think, in just my humble opinion, I think that's enough for a person to kind of wish they did better by you, you know? I don't know if going back to them, because here you're gonna run into conflict. See, you had a decision you made, you left with the pain and you became rich, okay, or wealthy or something. Okay, but you're not happy. You're a workaholic and you stay tunnel vision on work because you don't want to revisit this pain anymore and it's isolation. So you stay focused on work. This person, there's some documents or something that needs to be signed, and the person knows about it, but because they're watching you. So everything you've done, they've watched. So you don't have to necessarily, and they're ashamed of what they've done because they see how you've become the person or the man that you are. If you go back to them in that energy of, I want to show you the person I am, that I'm happy with my decision I made, even though you were not a friend, you're going to meet conflict head on. Okay. This person is not in that energy. They're not. They're in the energy of, like, they might have moved on, they might be getting married, like they think you're coming back to them with this opportunity to, like, buy them out or something, but they also think you're coming back to them for good things. Okay, I'm trying to pick their energy up now. I'm feeling like they're getting married or something, like that's what they think you're coming back for. They think you're coming back for good things. Okay. All right, can I have some energy, please, on this anxiety? Tell me a little bit about that anxiety. Better than you can imagine. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll take it. All right, can I have some more energy, please, on anxiety? What's better than we can imagine? What is better than we can imagine? A little bit more on this anxiety, please. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think this is the card. Transformation in the reverse. So because of the anxiety, you did not go through a transformation the way you needed to, right? Because this is part of your lesson you had to learn. So you did not go through the transformation at that time because the anxiety was keeping you keeping your intuition, with the eye in this card, keeping the intuition closed. Okay, so you did not go through your transformation, but you went through it further down. When you made the decision to leave, that's when you became the King of Coins. Okay, let me get one more energy on rejection, please. And yeah, I know we're running into 7 minutes over. I try to keep these readings during the week no more than 15 minutes. I'm gonna have to do some editing because the other one skipped. It did its thing as usual. Okay. Are these up? Oh, these are upside down. Okay. So I'm going to turn it right side up because these are upside down. I didn't realize that. But that didn't come out upside down. You see how spirit works? Weird. Okay. All right. So you met rejection. When you experienced the rejection, you experienced immense growth. Okay, so yeah, that was your lesson. This person had to teach you a lesson. Nobody else could teach you this lesson but your best friend. Okay, this is a best friend reading. Oh, it's so cute. I haven't had one of those. This is a best friend reading on YouTube. This is a best friend reading. Your best friend had to teach you immense growth. They had to teach you to through this rejection that they gave you. They had to teach you how to become a man, how to stand on your own, how not to focus on other people but make your own decisions. That's it. That's what this best friend taught you. And maybe that's why, okay, I think I took it wrong. Maybe that's why you're going back to show them that the lesson they taught you, it helped. It made you become the man you are. You were king of coins, right? And you still have your lesson in your hand, right? Your staff. It's still in your hand. You haven't forgotten that. You haven't dropped that lesson. You'll never forget it. And your best friend had to teach it to you. I wonder what documents you're bringing. What was there a business? Your best friend was watching you though. Your best friend knows you're coming. Okay? And they do feel a little bit of shame. Like I told, there's a little bit of shame there. Okay? But they're not worried about this anymore. They know that you've become the man you need to be. And I feel like your best friend knew that they had to teach you that lesson. Your best friend had to teach you the lesson. You would not have learned that lesson from anyone else because you put your best friend higher than you. Okay? So your best friend had to teach you that lesson. And I'm getting that you guys did not speak when you left. You didn't speak. You isolated. You were in pain. Okay? And that happens. That absolutely happens. Remember, it's a timeline. So that might not have been, you had to hop off that timeline at that point so that you can hop on another timeline and become the king of coins, right? But now you're trying to get back on a timeline to go backwards. You can't go backwards on a timeline that's already completed. You can't go backwards. Because nothing on that timeline, if you try to visit it again, like places you used to go, people you used to know, everything else, everybody's on a timeline. It's like the same timeline, but we're doing different things and meeting different people on the timeline. So you can't ever go back to a situation the same way. It's not going to be the same. But you can go to someone and let them know the inspiration that they gave you. Whether they meant to or not, the inspiration they gave you helped you become the king of coins. Their inspiration, their lesson that they taught you, right? The lesson that they taught you, it helped you. Lesson they taught you helped you learn a lesson. You had to make a decision. The decision is the staff in your hand, okay? Then you decided to go. You had to leave to become your own man. And look, now you're the king of coins. You had to learn that lesson from that particular person. No one else could have taught you that lesson, and no one else could have had you keep that lesson, right? Sometimes we have people in our lives that are there just to teach us lessons. That's it. They're just there on our timeline for a lesson. And once the lesson's learned, once you survive that lesson, then you'll never see them again. And you're not supposed to. Okay? You're not supposed to see them again. Because the lesson's over. They're moving on to get their own lesson, or they're moving on to teach a lesson to someone else. I believe that's why we're all here. We're here to just teach lessons to each other. And to, of course, operate in the light. But we are here to just teach lessons, to learn lessons, to become part of groups, to become part of a community so that we can help each other. You know, I always say humans, we're here in pairs for a reason. We're supposed to be helping each other. We're supposed to be doing that, okay? Okay, and the reading at the end, it says adjustments are required. Yeah. So when you go back and see this person, don't, because that's what you want to do. You do what you want to do. But going back to gloating to they're not in that energy, right? Adjustments are required. They want to see and hear the good things you've been through. They really do. So go back and talk to them and kind of maybe get their perspective. Maybe that's all you need. Maybe you need closure, right? Maybe you need closure. But I would just, you didn't look at them. I would just warn against going back just to gloat and say like I did the best thing I could do by not being your friend, because they're not in that energy. They're not in that energy. They're in energy of they're happy in their life and they're happy with decisions that they've made, and they're going to get married or something. Like it's something really good happening to them. Or maybe they're having their first child. That's why baby's here. I don't know. Maybe they're having their first child. Maybe that's it, right? So anything positive, anything coming to them now, they're only going to hear the positive. They're not going to hear the negative that you want to tell them. They're not, like, when you see them, they're not going to be upset that you are doing well. They're going to be happy you're doing well, because they're going to tell you how well they're doing, okay? And I'm being drawn to tell you, don't judge people, because you're doing really well, whoever you are. You're doing very well for yourself financially and everything else. I would say work a little less, because time is kind of ticking by you. You work way too much. You're a workaholic. Ease up the working and kind of enjoy life a little bit more. But yeah, so they're gonna, like, you're gonna say like, oh, I did everything without you and the business is growing, or whatever the lesson is that they taught you. And they're gonna be like, that's great, the business is growing good. Did you meet my wife? Oh my, it's gonna be that kind of thing. So even though you're gloating, it's gonna go over this person's head because they're so happy with what they're doing. And you need to have that same energy. You're doing great too. Be happy, be in that happy energy with them, okay? All right. Well, thank you so much. And this is your reading. So it's very detailed. Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a blessed, beautiful, and abundant evening. Bye-bye.